The saint of the day for May 21st, Saint Eugene de Mazenod, eldest son of Charles Antoine de Mazenod and Marie Rose Johannes. His mother was of the French middle class, convent-educated, and wealthy. His father was an aristocrat, classically educated, and poor. Their marriage and Eugene's home life were plagued by constant family infighting and interference from his maternal grandmother and a neurotic maternal aunt. The women never let his father forget that they brought the money to the family. On December 13, 1790, at age 8, Eugene fled with his family to exile in Italy to escape the French Revolution. He spent 11 years in Italy. While he learned Italian and German from dealing with people day to day, the bulk of his education came in Venice from Father Bartolo Zanelli, a local priest. In Palermo, he was exposed to a wild and worldly life among rich young Italian nobles. After the Revolution, his mother returned to France, but his father stayed in Italy, ostensibly for political reasons. Upon his own return to France in 1802, in an attempt to reclaim his family lands, Eugene tried to reunite his parents, but failed, and they were divorced, an unusual event in the early 19th century. His often unsupervised youth, the constant fighting at home, and the eventual breakup of his family led to his patronage of dysfunctional families and those in them. For years, Eugene struggled in himself, drawn on the one hand to the worldly life he knew from Palermo and the beauty of the religious life he had seen in Venice with Don Bartolo. In an effort to work it out, Eugene began teaching catechism and working with prisoners in 1805. God won at last, assisted by a mystical experience at the foot of a cross on Good Friday, 1807, when Eugene was momentarily touched by the full force of the love of God. He entered the seminary in Paris in 1808, ordained on December 21, 1811. Because of his noble birth, he was immediately offered the position of vicar general to the bishop. Eugene renounced his family's wealth and preferred to become a parish priest, working among the poor and preaching missions. He worked among the sick, prisoners, the poor, and the overlooked young. Eugene contracted and nearly died from typhus while working in prisons. Eugene gathered other workers around him, both clergy and laymen. They worked from a former Carmelite convent, and the priests among them formed the Missionaries of Provence, who conducted parish missions throughout the region. They were successful, and their reputation spread, bringing requests for them outside the region. Eugene realized the need for formal organization, and on February 17, 1826, he received approval from Pope Leo XII to found a new congregation, the Oblates of Mary Immaculate. Though he would have preferred to remain a missionary, Eugene knew that position with the church hierarchy would allow him to ensure the success of his little congregation. He was appointed Bishop of Marseilles, France, on December 24, 1837, ordained by Pope Gregory XVI. He founded 23 parishes, built or restored 50 churches, cared for aged and persecuted priests, restored ecclesiastical discipline, and developed catechetics for young people, welcomed 33 congregations of religious brothers and sisters into the diocese, more than doubled the number of priests in his diocese, and celebrated all ordinations himself. Eugene realigned parishes and maneuvered behind the scenes to weaken the government monopoly on education. He was an outspoken supporter of the papacy and fought government intervention into church matters, publicly endorsed the dogma of the Immaculate Conception, and worked for its promulgation. By the time of his death, there were 6 oblate bishops and over 400 missionaries working in 10 countries. The oblates continue their good work to this day, with some 5,000 missionaries in 68 countries. He was born August 1, 1782, in southern France. He died on May 21, 1861, at Marseille, France, of cancer. On December 12, 1936, his body was exhumed and found to be intact. He was canonized December 3, 1995, by Pope St. John Paul II at St. Peter's Square, Rome, Italy. Saint Eugene de Mazenod, pray for us.